Hello YouTube. So I am here with my graphic novel collection video, which I have promised a few times and I'm finally doing. As you can tell, it's not the biggest. I've only started collecting graphic novels more recently, though some I've had for quite a while, but so yeah, let's get into it. So the first series I have over here in this corner, which is a struggle to get out, is the Emery Wars, In Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3. These are the sci-fi graphic novels based off Claudio Sanchez, the singer of Coheed and Cambria, and this is based off, because those are concept albums, this is the graphic novel that goes along with the Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3 album, and I have all 3 paperbacks, and that is complete. I want to pick up more of the stuff in this world because it's really weird and different and neat, but it's a little hard to find some of the stuff now, though I think they're redoing some. Next up here we have Welcome Back, issue 1, or volume 1, I guess. 2 is in the mail. Fun series, reincarnation stuff. It's a little convoluted, but still rather fun. Yeah, that's... I should mention I have this all by publisher, so this is all the Boom stuff. And then this is Boombox, which is also under Boom, so this is heavy vinyl. This is a single issue miniseries. Lots of fun, great characters. I really wish there's more to it. I'd highly recommend if you like... it's kind of slice of lifey. It's like a vinyl store fight club that protects music and stuff. Next up I have Arkland, which is by a Canadian author. It's printed under Zine Publications out of Ontario, and I saw this. The author, Scott A. Ford, was at a local convention and I got it signed. As you can see, it's really cool. It's got like sci-fi Legend of Zelda vibes. The art's really cool. Recommend picking up. It's fun, light adventure read. I'm gonna leave it out of there for now just because it's easier. Next up I have The Once and Future Queen, which I got this. I hadn't read it yet, and I thought it was possibly canceled, and then I think I saw a news article about it recently out of a convention, so I guess it's not. Because yeah, I think this came out a while ago. I can't remember. Dark Horse stuff is weird. It's hard to find information about, but I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, so hopefully soon, especially if more is coming. And then I got Anthony Bourdain's Hungry Ghosts. There's actually recipes in here as well, but they're mostly short stories about various horror stories Anthony Bourdain heard on his travels. He's a big fan of his show, so I wanted, I guess, something as like a remembrance after he passed away. And this came out like right after he passed, unfortunately, but yeah, it's a neat little horror series. All the horror stories are related to food as well, to fit the Anthony Bourdain angle. And yeah, it was done by him and who's the other? Joel Rose and Comics Top Horror Artist. So it's like each story has a different artist. It's pretty cool. Next up I have Batgirl 1, 2, 3. This is the 2000 Cassandra Cain run. Not a huge fan of the art. It gets better later on, but there's not much plot either. This is very much a character-focused series, which is okay. I like Cassandra Cain, so that's good, but I just wish there's a bit more, because it's not... It feels like people didn't think it would sell, so they kind of just left it as fluff and nothing else, and didn't let it deal with any other part of the universe that was going on at the time, which kind of sucks. Next up I have Judas Contract, just the softcover. Tara Markov is one of my favorite characters in comics, and I love the Teen Titans, so I had to pick this up. I hate the storyline. Wolfman makes amazing characters, but his stories are shit. So, I believe... I think Mike DiCarlo is coming to a convention soon, so I might get him to sign it. He did ink work on this. At the convention, if I see a hardcover, I'll upgrade to that and get it signed, but if not, I'm not going out of my way, because I'm, again, not a huge fan of the actual story. I just like Tar, so I needed it. Next up is Teen Titans Go. This isn't actually the current Teen Titans Go, but this is the tie-in to the 2000s cartoon. There's 6 of these. I only have 2. Just the first 2. And then the last 20 or so single issues, speaking of Terra, the last 20 or so single issues aren't collected, so I'll have to, I don't know if I'll find those physically or if I'll just buy them digitally. Next up is Raven, another of my favorite DC characters. As I mentioned, Wolfman makes fantastic characters, but also sucks at writing, and that doesn't change here the story, and this is pretty, nothing special, but I like Raven, so I had to pick it up. I also love Teen Titans, which is why I have so much Teen Titans here. So I have Titans, the Rebirth series, volumes 1, 2, then I have in here Lazarus Contract, because it's where it fits in, which fuck Deathstroke, I hate that character. Trash. 3, 4, and then 5. I wasn't a huge fan of the art for most of the Titans run, but I liked some of the stuff that they're doing. It really sold me on some characters I hadn't seen before. Like, I really like Lilith and Troya. They had some good stuff in this series, some good character stuff. And then the Spike, I like the art for a lot more, but I don't know how I feel about the plot yet. I'll need probably the next issue of this run to know. And then I have the Rebirth Teen Titans, which the first issue is a lot of fun because it's a full story, and then from there it gets kind of weak. It's all just a bunch of standalone single words. The art's fantastic, and I love Raven's new design, but like, I also loved, I can't remember his name, his story. I feel bad because I can hardly remember his name. I just feel like Calder from Young Justice, the show, is such a better, he has more character to him, I find, than him. He gets hardly any time outside of his first introduction. He just kind of doesn't do anything, which is kind of the whole Teen Titans run after the first issues. They don't do anything. They just tie into other runs and have like one-off, so it kind of sucks as a run because it's all just nothing. It's all just filler, but I'm excited to pick up the next issue because that's where the team reboots, and it sounds like it gets really cool and different from there. Next up I have Teen Titans Earth 1, which is the Jeff Lemire sci-fi one. As a big fan of Teen Titans, I know a lot of people don't like this. I actually really liked it. I liked the sci-fi angle. I just feel if I only need another full volume or 2 to really fit it all in, but I like how Tara was a primary character, and the art's fantastic in it too, and the designs are cool, and the concepts are really cool. It just needed more time, I think. And next up I have Gotham Academy, and I have everything from Gotham Academy, and this is one of my favorite comic runs, actually. Volume 3 I really like, but I don't think it should have all been put together as one volume, because this is all the filler. I feel like if they interspersed these issues throughout the other volumes, it wouldn't have been so bad, because everyone I hear from says they dropped it during this arc because it was just too much filler. They're really good characterization stories and have really cool art because it's all different artists, but yeah, sticking it all together in its run was kind of a problem. And then second semester, of course, 1 and 2, and I love this series a lot. I love the characters in it. Like, they're all fantastic, and I really hope someone does something more with them in the future. And then I have Lumberjanes Gotham Academy crossover, which I haven't gotten to read yet. I want to pick up the first volume of Lumberjanes first, so I know the characters a bit more. But yeah, it's the last bit of Gotham Academy I have to read, and pretty cool that they did a crossover there. Next up, I have Mother Panic, which is from the Young Animal line, and this is actually super cool. It's really art housey. I've only read the first 2 issues. Gotham AD, I believe, is kind of like an alternate universe, so I'm not sure. Because after Volume 2, it goes into Milk Wars, which I haven't picked up yet, and then I don't know if this is after just a spin-off, so I'll have to search that up and pick up Milk Wars, which I know a lot of people aren't a fan of the young animal stuff, but this one I think is definitely stand out and really strong and really good. It's really cool. Next up, I have Terry Pratchett's Guides. This was adapted in 2000 by Golanx, which isn't a comic publisher. This was just straight up a book publisher that put out a graphic novel version, and it's pretty cool. It's probably, this is definitely my first graphic novel. I got it from my brother for a present years ago, and it's really cool. Yeah, it just is the full Guides, though I guess shortened heavily. Next up, I have Volume 1 of Sweet Tooth. More Jeff Lemire. I'm a big fan of him. I haven't gotten to read this yet. I just got this like 2 days ago. I was at the comic store and this was there on sale, like 40% off. So I'm like, sure. Like, if I really like this and I want to, I can upgrade to hardcovers later. But I have nothing against just buying stuff in trade. As you can see, most of my stuff is in trade. Though I do plan to upgrade some stuff into hardcover, like Descender here, which is also Jeff Lemire, which was my first introduction to Jeff Lemire, and Dustin Nguyen. I adore this series, and the artwork is fantastic. The story is fantastic. Everything about it is fantastic. It's one of my favorite sci-fi series, and one of the series that really got me into graphic novels. I'm really excited for Ascender coming at the end of April. But yeah, I plan to upgrade this to hardcover as soon as they announce the second hardcover issue, because right now they only have the first, and I don't want to have one hardcover and 3 trade paperbacks. I feel like it'll be easier to just sell all my trade paperbacks and upgrade at once, then sell 3 and then sell 3. And then the last one I have here of Jeff Lemire, because this is my little Jeff Lemire section, is Royal City, which I believe just came out. And this is the Indigo cover variant. So the Canadian company Indigo had their own cover, and it also came with a poster of that cover, which I've got down here. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, we have Kill 6 Billion Demons, which is a webcomic I'm actually quite a big fan of. And I have Volume 3 that just came out. It's in the mail somewhere. It'll come soon. But yeah, this is a really cool series. I really appreciate being oversized because it fits the art better, and really cool to see Image putting out series like this. If you want to check this out, you can read it all for free. Just search up Kill 6 Billion Demons. It is a web comic, but it's really cool to have in print. Next up, I got Monstrous issue 1 and 2. I haven't picked up issue 3 yet because this was another one I decided I want to go hardcover. So I think I'm probably just going to buy the hardcover instead of buying 3 and sell these 2 off. And then I don't know if I'll just wait on hardcovers or if I'll do that again, just buy the soft covers and upgrade whenever there's a new hardcover out. I might do that for Monstrous, but since Descender's already done, I'm just going to wait to upgrade. But yeah, Monstrous, I'm going to upgrade this to the hardcover because that comes out in June or July, I think, and then I'll buy trade paperbacks from there and upgrade those. I have Paper Girls 1. Wasn't a huge fan of this, actually. People talk about how great it was. It was pretty, I think I need to read another trade paperback to know if I want more. But if I'm doing that, it's like, I should get the hardcover. But I think I'll just buy trade paperbacks for these, and then if I really like it when it's done, I'll try to upgrade. But for now, it's not a priority. But I know that's dangerous because the hardcovers might go out of print by then. Next up, though, I have Rocket Girl 1 and 2, and that is the complete series. It's just the 2. Really fun time travel sci-fi series. Unfortunately, the ending isn't that great. They might have been planning to do more, but it took forever for this to come out. But art's cool, story's really neat until the end. If you really like sci-fi and time travel, this is pretty fun. But yeah, there's that warning, the ending's kind of not good. And then I have Lumine A, sorry. This is the single story from Bengal. It's a really cool hardcover here, actually. This one is 100% all about the art. The story's cool, but unfortunately, there's never going to be more that I know of, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Anyone who knows Bengal's artwork, like, this is worth it for that alone. but yeah, it's never going to be continued, which is unfortunate because it has an amazing plot, and I wish there was more. Not going to try to fiddle that back into here right now. It makes it easier to pull these out. Next up, there's Heathen, Volume 1. I'm a huge fan of this series. I love the art. I love the style. I'm just really sad because I've seen this. Issue 2 was supposed to be out almost like a year ago. Like, when I bought issue 1, it was like 3 months till issue 2 came out. And it keeps getting pushed back. Right now, it's not coming out till 2020, which is really sad because I really like this series and want more. So hopefully it'll come soon. And hopefully there won't be delays for an issue 3. And then after that, oh, these got switched around. Whoops. Next up is Apocrypha, which is the Legend of Baby Metal. So this is the official Baby Metal lore book, and with art by GMB Chomichuk, who I got to meet at a convention, the same one I met Scott A. Ford at. And I got this, and I got an original sketch in it, and it got signed, which is super cool. Really cool if you like baby metal. It's really wild. Here, I should actually show some of this art, because this art's just fantastic. Oh, I don't actually know. Yeah, just like look at this stuff. It's crazy. It's super wild, super cool. Cool thing to own if you like metal and that. Last up here, or not quite last, we have the big green mystery book. I have the New Spring graphic novel. This adapts the Wheel of Time prologue book all in one. I've tried to find the hardcover, but it's not easy to come by, but I want to upgrade this eventually for sure, because I've got The Eye of the World, which is the first full book of the Wheel of Time. I have all 6 volumes of the graphic novel adaptation, which I know Harriet, the widow of Robert Jordan, has said they do want to finish collecting all of the books in graphic novels, so they'll probably do the others eventually, but right now I believe they're focusing on a TV show, so this is on hold. This completes the first novel of the series, but there's nothing for the second novel yet. So prologue and first novel, fantastic. I love the Wheel of Time, so this is really cool to have for me. And then we have the Big Green Book, which this was a webcomic I was reading in high school. Archipelago. This covers books 1 and 2 of the webcomic, and there's a bit of damage here. I just did something. Don't mind me. There's a bit of damage here, but this is really cool because I bought this from the website that hosts Archipelago. Hannah L. DeVera has it set up, so if you want to buy it, you click buy the books. It takes you to Amazon, and then you buy it through Amazon. And then, however this is set up, there's no extras. The books are pretty bare bones. There's like these large outer stuff. Like, these things are huge compared to regular graphic novels. Like you saw, even compared to hardcovers, this thing's like massive. But the trade-off to that is this black border. And yeah, the art in the beginning's really rough. It gets way better as it goes, because again, it was a webcomic that went on for a long time, which if that's too much for you, the author does have a new webcomic. I forget what it's called, but the art's a lot better, so if you want to check out the author, you can jump to that probably. But yeah, so the weird thing is you buy it through Amazon, and then it's printed one at a time as you buy, so it's a little pricey, especially for the quality, because it's not amazing quality, but it's a neat idea and setup, because it'll never, like, you'll never go out of print if you have it set up this way, where it just prints as it buys. Because this novel finished years ago, and there's a lot of web novels or web comics that have physical copies I want to buy, but it's impossible because they're sold out and they'll never come back. But with the way this is set up, it'll never fully sell out, so it's really easy to get a copy, which is cool. So I can pick these up, but they're just really pricey because of it, so I'm picking up one per paycheck. So I just got this. Next paycheck I'll pick up the next one, which has book 3, and some of them the books eventually get twice as thick and they get really pricey, but there's 10 books total. Books 1 and 2 I'm counting as 1, so then it goes up to 10, and then there's an epilogue book. So there's 10 books total, including book 1 and 2 combined, so it's 10 and an epilogue. But that's all my graphic novels. After that, I have down here, this is just my single issues. We won't go through that, that's a bit much, but I have Zines and whatnot. This is the extras from that Royal City cover, but I need to get out of the way. We have the Galforce Fire Emblem Zine. I almost said Fire Emblem, but yeah, so Galforce, cool Fire Emblem Zine, mostly about the female characters. Next up, we've got the Octo Expansion Charity Zine, which is really cool. They raised a ton of money for charity. I love Splatoon, so that was really cool to get. If you're wondering why I'm pulling these out and putting them on my bed, it's because this stuff falls over easily, and I don't want it to damage other stuff here, so I need to pull out Callisto. I can't open this, but it's a I bought this at a con from an artist. It's really cool, but again, I can't open it, unfortunately. At least not on screen. Not too much, but I believe it's signed down there, so it's a Toxic For You fashion Zine, so that's all you need to know. But it's some original characters. And then here I have Reason, which is a short comic by the artist Alice RL, who you can find on Twitter under that name. And this is signed as well. Next up we have a Pandora Hearts Zine Retrace, which is, you know, anime and stuff. We have the Land of the Lustrous Hide Candy Zine, which has some extras and stuff in the back. End of the Lustrous Days Off Zine. The Dragon Prince Recipe Book. This is the Prairie Comics Festival Zine Volume 2. I want to find Volume 1. The cover of this was also done by Alice RL, who did that other comic, and so I also, if I can pull this out here, got this signed as well because I always see them at a local convention. Next up is the Voltron Lookbook Volume 2 Zine, and this I have signed by the artist. I bought it at their booth at a convention, and if you know that Tinder comic that's gone around online, they're the author of that. Jeez, I am not good at doing this one-handed. Oh no. The bindings don't like to have this sit open, so I apologize. I'm struggling. But yeah, so there's the signature there. It's Ray's drawing signature, who did one of the illustrations in this. That's cool. Let's see here. We got this comic anthology for Hatsune Miku that came with the oh, what's it called? It was one of those mystery box, omakase box. That was it. They only managed to do 3 boxes before going under, which sucked. Untamed Hearts and Inuyasha Zine. And now we get into official books and stuff. So first up here from Dark Horse, I have the Fire Emblem Awakening art book. I'm moving other stuff while I'm talking about this, so it's hard to look, but Fire Emblem Awakening art book, which is massive and super cool. Not a huge, like, I love the world behind the game, but there are certain parts of the game that made me never complete it and not like it, but it's got concept art. The designs and everything from Fire Emblem are amazing, so as you can see, Fire Emblem Zine, so this is really cool to have. Next up we have Schoolgirl Striker's visual book, which is a Japanese mobile game. So this is all just like an art book for mobile games stuff. Yeah, so that's about that. It's all in Japanese, so I can't really read it, but it's cool because it's like no Schoolgirl Strikers merchandise, but there's a set for it in Weiss Schwarz, which I play, so that's cool to have. Next up here we have the GA Designworks Core Curriculum art book. Of course, being an art book for the GA Core Curriculum manga and anime, which I have almost all the manga. I'm just missing volume 2 and 6, which I need to find, but really cool. I love the artwork of this author, and I'm a big fan of this, the anime for this and the comic. So unfortunately there's some comic in here I can't read, but that's okay. It's really cool. They also did Shoulder a Coffin Crow, if you recognize that, which is manga stuff. Like, most of this is all like anime and games. This is the Tales of Vesperia illustrations I picked up at a con. It's all illustrations from the game, which just got a re-release. I've been playing through and I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so that's cool to have. Oh, it fell over anyways. Please say it didn't damage anything. Oh well, we have Science Wonderland. This is an art and information book for Steins Gate and Chaos Head / Chaos Child, which are visual novels and both have animes. There's a lot of like art stuff in here and storyline stuff and interviews I can't read, but the art stuff is really cool. There's like some timeline stuff in here and stuff. It's a cool book. So I might sell it off just because, again, I have trouble reading most of it. But, and by that I mean almost all of it. And then the last one here we have is the Atsushi Okubo Soul Eater Soul Art Book 2. I've been trying to find the first one in English, but I just can't. I might have to go and buy it in Spanish, but I really want the first one because Atsushi Okubo is one of my favorite artists, and I just adore this, and I need that first one. But yeah, that's it for my graphic novel and art book / Zine collection. I'm gonna have to clean this all up now, but I hope you enjoyed. I will hopefully have manga collection coming soon and anime collection, which the manga one. Sorry, I'm cleaning stuff, so it's just like piles of stuff. But the manga one is gonna take a bit longer, so look forward to that one. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.